Hey all my tall friends, today I'm going to talk about something that drives me nuts. So I like really soft, feminine, flowy blouses, but as you all can probably guess, it's really hard to find them long enough. So have you ever bought the mini dress that really was so short it could have been a shirt? I'm sure you have. So that's what I did. I've got some mini dresses here I'm going to show you. Some of them you may like on you because of the shortness. I just don't particularly like dresses to be as short as you can see that these are. And so I'm going to show you how to turn these into really cute, feminine, flowy blouses that are tall enough for our frames. Okay, so now you've had a chance to see these really short dresses. Some of them might actually work if you wear boy shorts with them, and even maybe leggings. Leggings in the wintertime with a cute like denim jacket or something would also be really cute. But right now we're headed into summer, and so I've been looking for new work tops. I've recently lost some weight, and I have a really hard time finding feminine blouses that are really long enough for me. So now I'm going to show you how to turn these into blouses. I'm going to do it the easy way. If you have a sewing machine and you can trim them off and hem them, that's fantastic. But so many people don't know how to sew, so I'm just going to show the really easy way that anybody can do. Okay, so I'm going to start with this dress. It was one of my favorites, and I definitely want to turn this into a longer length blouse. To get started, I have some supplies. I have a cutting mat with a ruler grid on it, a very sharp pair of titanium fabric cutting scissors, also a roller cutter, some marking pens, different like various types of rulers, measuring tape, and pens. Probably the most important part if you're doing this without a sewing machine, which is what I'm showing you how to do, hem tape. All of these things can be bought at Hobby Lobby, Joann's Fabric, Walmart, online at Amazon, you name it. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so now it's time to make your blouse from your mini dress. One of the first things you want to decide on is how long your blouse is going to be. You can either try the dress on and mark it with a pin at the bottom where you want the new shirt to fall, or what you can do is you can take an old favorite t-shirt, blouse, tank top, and measure that. That's also a great way to know what your perfect length is for when you're shopping on websites for tops and they actually list the length in their descriptions. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the back side of the shirt up. You're going to take your measuring tape and measure from the top of the back neckline down to the bottom hem. As you can see here, this one's just about 28 inches long. That seems to be a really perfect length for me, and that's where I like my tops to fall. Okay, so now it's time to measure and mark. What I've done here is I've measured from the top neck all the way down to where I want to cut the extra material off. So my perfect length is 28. I've placed my pin at 29.5 to allow for folding up the bottom to make my hem when it's time. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is measure up from the bottom hem to where we placed our pin. On this garment, it's 6 inches. Let me pull this up so you can see. It's 6 inches from the bottom hem to where I placed my pin to where I'm going to cut off the excess fabric. So dress hems are round. You're not going to be cutting this straight across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the bottom of the dress on both sides. I'm going to place pins 6 inches up from the hem, all the way around the dress. Now that I have it all pinned equally across the bottom of where I want to cut the dress off, the extra material, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of chalk and I'm going to just roughly connect my pins. As you can see there, I've made just a rough drawing line. And I'm going to do this all the way across the dress. Now it's time to cut off all this excess fabric. I can't stress enough to you how important it is to have really sharp fabric cutting scissors. It just makes it easier and neater, and it won't fray your edges bad. So I'm going to keep the pins in and take them out as I cut. That is to hold the fabric in place and make sure that the hemline down here is even, so that one side isn't longer or shorter than the other. And I'll just take them out as I cut, and I'm going to cut right along my chalk line. Okay, so now that we've cut off the excess fabric from the bottom of our dress, it's time to do our hem. We're gonna need, if you have a tape measure or a hem ruler, you could also use just a regular child's ruler, that would be fine. I have my hem tape, pins, and you'll also need an iron and either an ironing board, an ironing mat, or you could do it on top of a really nice thick bathroom towel. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna mark a 1/2 inch up from the bottom all the way around the entire dress. You can either use your measuring tape, or if you have a hem ruler, you can also use that too. I'm gonna use the hem ruler, and what I'm gonna do is just make a nice line all the way around the bottom of the dress. What this line is going to be for is for you to know where to fold up and iron. But if you do actually have enough pins and you want to skip the drawing with the chalk all the way around the bottom, you can simply just use pins. You measure up where your 1/2 inch mark is. You can fold the material, measure again to make sure you're at your 1/2 inch. And then you can pin. I don't like doing it this way. I find it a little bit more tedious than just folding and ironing as I go. So now it's time to iron our first roll of our hem. So you're going to take it and you're going to go right along where you made your chalk lines. And you're going to press this up all along the bottom edge, all the way around the dress. Alright, so now we've got this first hemline ironed. Some of you might ask why this is necessary. If you just look at this, if we were to just fold it in half and hem it like that, you'd have a frayed edge that, you know, you'd have to deal with. It's possible to do it if you don't mind, but I just like to do a double hem. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go 1 inch, because remember we added 1.5 inches to what we wanted our blouse to be. And we're going to do the same thing we just did. Use your chalk and draw a line around the bottom. Okay, once you have your 1 inch line drawn all the way around, this is where we're going to use the hem tape to make your final hem. So you just want to unroll a little bit of it. Place it down here towards the bottom edge of the blouse. You're going to fold at your 1 inch line while holding the hem tape in here. And next, you are going to iron that hem tape in there. And you're just going to go right back around the entire dress and do this.
And now you're all done. Wasn't that easy? Now it's time for the reveal. I decided not to alter this dress because it's perfect on me as a top.
So as you can see, see here from my video, thinking outside the box is one way us tall women can find clothes that will fit us. It takes a little bit of ingenuity and DIY, but we can make it work. So thank you for watching. I hope you stay tuned. I have a lot more to come. Swimsuits, swim cover-ups, rompers, and jumpsuits. So keep watching. Stay tuned.